Hi, I'm at the uni I used it to study for an appointment, and I just decided to record the intro for my next video, which will be a flip through the vintage magazines that I received in my birthday. And I had already filmed this for the last podcast episode, but I decided to cut it because the podcast was too long. But I still want to show you the magazines. So, well, come with me for the next 12 minutes or so and appreciate those retro, very interesting patterns. So let's go. And I also got from my boyfriend for my birthday. He bought me some vintage magazines. The last time I showed you vintage magazines in detail, the episode had almost 45 minutes, so I will just show you the covers and I will tell you from when the magazines are, and I will show you the highlights, and in the future maybe I can make other episodes dedicated to my vintage magazines. Well, then let's go. There are these two, which are both from 86, and they're mostly home crochet, cute home crochet, but still this filet crochet, which is so in fashion right now here. This is the kind of thing you see in every house in Brazil, this kind of table runners and all that. This is knitted and it's in the back, just one knitted pattern here. I think this is the knitted one, and they have 3 or 4 crochet garments here, like this one. No, this is knitted, and the rest is homeware, very Brazilian. This nice, right, chart. These two are from magazine Manequim. Manequim was a sewing magazine and it had molds, but this is Manequim Trabalhos of Knitting and Crochet. These are from the 70s, as you can see, very nice. And this has very interesting thing. They are wearing the same Fair Isle vest. This looks like 70s, those 40s, you know? I think these are from 76 or 73, maybe, I'm not sure. But let me show you. Color work. That's what I wanted to show you. Argyle. This. It's a Tyrolean jacket, Tyrolean cardigan. This is very 40s. And the Argyle also more like 50s, I believe. And this one is so 30s. I will try to show you comparison pictures here. The neckline, the tassels have very, very 30s look. So I found it interesting that this magazine has a clear case of 70s, the 40s. I love this one. I'm biased towards stripes, tiny stripes. Actually, you can also see very similar patterns to this in earlier 30s Stitchcraft magazines. Well, you can see a little bit of crochet here, table runners. In ecru, in natural, this is very Brazilian. Although I think the magazine is not, I don't know if they are Brazilian. All the patterns are here. This one, they play a lot with color changing yarn. The entire issue is dedicated to that. I'm not a fan. If I were to knit any of these designs that they have with the color changing yarn, I probably would knit them in a simple color. But this is nice. This one too. Oh, I love this one. This one I would knit. Maybe I am going to. This kinda nice. This one kinda nice too. I like this page. I like this page too. The color work here. Very nice. 70s, you can see they're not exaggerated like 80s. You will see what I mean by exaggerated in a moment. And then there are the... This is a nice cardigan, but definitely I wouldn't knit this in variegated at all. This replicates some 50s. In the Margaret Murray and Jane Coster books, I have seen bed jackets with this looped pattern. Quite nice vest. This one with the lacy arms. The red is not bad either. I love the purple one. And this is very universal. I like these ones. I didn't know I didn't have Manequim magazines here. Oh, crocheted vest. I haven't bought any of these before. These Manequim ones. The shawl, quite nice too. They have a lot of these fringed shawls in 70s stuff. And they have a bed jacket here, see? Then there are a couple of Mon Tricots. These ones I have picked myself. They are also from the 70s. This I think is 73, exactly. And they are themed too. This one has a theme of stripes. I believe they have the same cover because Mon Tricot is a French magazine and this was brought to Brazil, but I think they have changed the patterns that were contained in the issue because the one that is in Ravelry is a winter issue, I believe. And this seems like a summer issue and the patterns are not the same inside. The ones from the cover here. They have a lot of things for mother and child, father and child, some crochet tops. This one is cute, see? More crochet tops. 70s was big in crochet. Oh, yes, 40s. It's inspired in the 40s snood, see? Turbans. This is just like a 20s design. You can see this reproduction from Stitch in Time by Susan Crawford. Hers is a 20s design, this is 70s, but you can see the similarities. Crochet, this is quite 70s, but I don't like the garter in the neckline, the garter in the... This was also common, garter instead of ribbon was very common in the 30s as well. I don't love. There is a lot of crochet dresses in this issue. They are a bit longer than I would like, but I could modify them, I think. These are for 70s aesthetic. You can see the ladies are very tall and slim, not with very prominent figures, and the dresses are suited for their figures. I would like maybe to make this one, but a little shorter, I don't know. More dresses here. Here. Modern child again, you see. With the corresponding bucket hats. Oh, this one. Maybe I would like to make this one. It might be because it's red, but I think it would kind of fit my wardrobe. I like this. And this vest. Oh, definitely this vest. I have seen some versions, similar versions to that. I like how they make the flowery pattern and they join it with crochet. The joints become bulky. It's very stylish and very particular, but I think it would be nice. Seji Fields made one from Sirdar, I think, with kinda the same style. I would like to make this one. The fringes, you see? There are some machine knitting here too. This is from machine knitting. The bed runners, the blankets are just stunning. Just stunning. Oh, I would like to make this pink one. I don't know if exactly like that, but similar. I would really like one like that. It's crochet. This one, not my type. Not really my type either. And finally, there are a few Nina magazines, which are from Lansans. I have talked to you about this. It was a wool company in Brazil that doesn't exist anymore. All of them are from 80s. I don't know exactly the date. It's number 13, number 31, and number 6. So this is the sequence. Oldest, I think this is from 86 or 83. Then this one, and then this one. Maybe this is from the 90s already, but I think it's 89 based on the fit here. You will see. Let me show you this one first. In this magazine, I have to tell you that I much prefer, and if I were to knit something for myself, would be probably the male sweaters. And you will see why. The pink one is not bad, but the male sweaters here look much more classic and contained, and I kind of prefer them. This one's very 89. This is still not 90s. We can recognize by the hair, by the bulkiness of the shoulders in the designs. See, the male one, the female one, I prefer his. It's lacy even. We don't used to see lace for men, but this is lacy. Look, very neutral, very nice. He's here too. This is Bonnie and Clyde. I believe in the 70s there was a movie about them. Cinema Needs talked about this movie. This is a bit further away, but clearly Bonnie and Clyde still influenced the heads of people in the 80s. And we also have 80s, thus 40s and 50s. See? I much prefer the male fits here. Look, this one is wild. The horse here. I love his pullover. The jackets. Also big. I think hers is not that bad, but wouldn't make it probably. Although I do love to wear giant coats, so I'll give her that. The dress. The dress is interesting. Maybe I would make this one. This is what interested me here. The jacket, not so much. I like this. I kind of like this. Not the entire ensemble, but maybe just the skirts, or maybe this as a dress, this sweater as a dress, her sweater, or the cardigan. No, this is too much. Definitely too much. Imagine just how much yarn you will use for that. And this is a summary version. Pay attention to this. The dress is pretty nice. Don't know if I would make it for me, but pretty nice. Here, the green. I would make the green one. And maybe the color work. Maybe. Very simple crochet beach cover. No. Look at this. The head. The crochet part is not the part, but the transparent visor. Lacy shirts for men, very 80s. You do see it today, but most of the years you don't see it. I love these ones too. This one, I would probably make it, maybe tone it down a little bit, but it's cute. I think it could become something interesting. This, not so much, because I don't like how this works in the top. The baby stuff is very cute. I would love to make this top for my daughter if I had one, or the dress too. Oh, okay. This is the cover one. Doable. We could tone it down a little bit and do it, but my god, look at that. Maria Antoinette hoop. I don't know if this could become workable. It's kind of a challenge, but I don't think I would want to try. She's mixing knitting or crochet with fabric here. Nice as an idea. I don't really love the clothing here, and a lot of decor here because it's a Christmas edition. And this one is kind of the most normal because I think they wanted to sell these two yarns here, Nativo and Firens, which seem to be quite basic. So all they have here is pretty tamed. One of the most interesting is the cover one, but I don't know if it's interesting enough from you to want to make it. Maybe without the tweedy bits of her yarn. Swatches with the yarns from the issue. You can see. This one is quite tweedy and this one is interesting. I love the stitch, by the way. Her jacket here, quite interesting because you don't see that it's knitted, but it is. So this, I have seen something similar in a 50s book. And this one I would like to make maybe. I like the argyle and maybe the male sweater. Hers, I'm not sure. The designs are interesting, not that bad. I have to say I love the fit here, very nice. And here too. Doable maybe, not. Sometimes they had those outsize tops, as they say in those magazines. Usually don't have many sizes. So when they have larger, they call it outsize. And in the back, they usually have homeware and baby stuff, child stuff. Some like that, quite interesting. If I have children, maybe one day. This, it's conceptually interesting. The scarf in the head is kind of nice. The dress a bit too much. I'm not sure about the net here too. Yeah, and I ended up showing you everything, even though I said I wouldn't. And this came as prints. This is from Lion Brand. Very ugly for novelty yarn, but interesting to have something from Lion Brand. And this is from Penguin, French/Brazilian magazine. A lot of Christmas stuff, Christmas decor. It's not properly Christmas, but they are saying for you to use it for Christmas. A quite nice top here. I like this other top. The dress is not bad either, but we can see it properly because it's sitting. From the chart, I'm not sure if I like it. This top, I would like to make this one. I don't know if I would make it cropped, maybe because this is a 2000s booklet, so she's using 2000s pants. I would wear my pants or bottoms about here, so maybe the cropped length will be nice. And the cover one, this one, I'm not so sure. That's it for today's My Folk. Let's go.
So, did you like the magazines that we have seen today? Which was your favorite part? As I know that it's boring to see patterns and not be able to knit them, I will leave the links below to the ones that I used as comparisons that are available somewhere. I will leave the links for them on Ravelry, on Etsy, wherever I can find them, so you can knit them too. One thing that I have to note about what we have seen today is that if you like 30s, 40s and 50s style, but wherever you live you can't find second-hand magazines from that period because maybe they're extinct or pamphlets or something, you can always try to find those similar styles in 70s and 80s magazines because of the 70s and 80s, those 30s and 40s, as we have seen today. And one advantage of knitting from these later magazines is that you will have gauge and sometimes you have multiple sizes. Not as many as we have today, of course, but more than just the one from the older magazines. And well, I see you in the next one, which I don't know if it will be a podcast episode or a project vlog, a long-awaited project vlog. So let's see. I also don't have a date for the next video, so subscribe and keep around. In the meanwhile, look through the channel if you like vintage stuff. I will leave the link for my vintage playlist, and you may like my podcast episodes, the other videos and everything. I hope to see you in the next one, and in the meanwhile, be happy, be healthy, happy knitting.